Welcome back to the bumper breakfast. Yes, this morning we have the delectable Imani on the show this morning, the owner of Imani brand. A lot of people just know there's Imani brand, Imani brand. They do not know who or what, who the owner, whether it's male or female,
Exactly.
whether it's white or foreign. Well, she's Nigerian or
Asian or European?
No, she's Caucasian Nigerian. Inyobong Etuk joins us this morning, the CEO of Imani Beauty brand. What's that?
IMANI Beauty Empire.
Beauty Empire. Yes, I knew there was something behind the beauty. Good morning. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having
So,
me.
are you Caucasian Nigerian? Caucasian Oyibo? Because
I'm
Inyobong
Nigerian,
is
but
Calabar or
one.
Akwa Ibom.
I'm from Akwa Ibom.
Oh, you see?
Yes.
Mesere.
Messerende. Abadie.
What's that thing that
She's
Mama
lost
said I
that.
should say?
You just lost that there.
What's that thing?
Idioko.
Idioko. Yes. Idioko. Good to have you on the show,
Thank
Imani.
you so much for
We
having
want to
me.
talk about your story. I want to know how this all started. Because for that young woman, just about 3 years ago, that had an accident, couldn't walk.
On a on crutches for
I was on
a
crutches.
year.
She was on crutches.
Man.
I mean, she was actually carrying them everywhere when she could stand. There was a time she could not. You know, to this woman sitting on the bumper breakfast this morning, I'm like, where did the miracle? When did it happen? Share your story. Let me know what happened. I know Kayode knows the story already. So
Okay. Where do you want me
I
to
and the
start
people at
from?
home want to know
Where do you want me to start from exactly?
how the accident. Let's begin from the accident.
Oh, the accident. He was just one evening exactly on the 24th of August. That was 2018. I was just returning from a store. That was my first store I ever opened. The store was opened on the 8th of June on my birthday, that same 2018. Then that evening, August, I was on my way back from work. So I was just I didn't have a car, I was just trying to cross to the next road to take a keke back home. And then this
Where was
Lexus
this?
in Kaduna. Yeah.
Okay.
So this white Lexus Jeep, I can still remember just, when you already entered the road to cross and then there is no car, you saw that there was no car in front of you and then, you've entered the middle of the road already. So this guy just came from the other angle and just,
Wow.
knocked
My
me
God.
off with the same speed,
Roll.
ran away, Yeah, he ran
It was
away.
hit and run.
Yeah, exactly. So it was actually the people from the fuel station that saw, everybody were like, oh, she's dead, oh, that, but
This was in
unfortunately,
Kaduna?
yeah. So I was taken to the hospital. I never knew that my leg was broken. I was thinking maybe it's just an accident, only to get there. They saw that I had fractures and, So they said I was going to have a surgery, had the first surgery. I was still limping after the first surgery because one of my leg was shorter than one. So I had to
Where did you
return.
get the money for the surgery? Because according to your shop just opened.
Yes. I actually did not have any money for the surgery. It was after the first recommendation, I waited at home for like about 3 months. So someone advised I should start like a traditional therapy and all of that because I couldn't afford for the surgery. It was about 6-point-something million naira.
Wow. Wow.
So I had to wait. So whilst I was waiting during that period on my sick bed, because people knew I'd already started opening, people knew I'd opened the store. So a lot of people would call in, I'm in your store, you're not around. I'm like, okay, I'm not around, but you can make an order through online. So I started posting a lot of things online. Anybody that knows me between 2018 will know that I used to sleep on my Instagram because I was just lying on the sick bed. I wasn't doing anything. So my phone was the only thing I had. So I just kept posting and posting. All of a sudden, from nowhere, people started buying. People started calling me, oh, someone referred me to you. Someone said they want to buy your product. Someone said they want to buy your facial cream, your body product. And before I know it, the rest was history. It was on that sick bed that I saved money for my surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was able
From
to
selling face cream and cream.
all my body products, my face product,
Imani.
my body product, and everything.
Were your products
You
really
know.
expensive?
No, they're not actually expensive. Quite affordable. You can get a face cream as
So the
low as-
quantity of the order is
No,
what
no,
helped
yeah.
you to
Because
save
I'm just
that
wondering.
much.
Yeah.
So in 3 months, on hospital,
Yeah,
on the bed
about,
at
it
home?
was about 3 to 4 months on thereabout. Yeah, 3
You
to 4
saved
months.
6 point.
Yeah, I was able to save up, and then
Wow.
yeah,
You
it
were
was
not-
strictly, there was no help from anywhere. There was no money, extra money from anywhere. It was basically the effort, consistency, and the grace of God. You know, people like I
Were
started
you making new products, or you had the products made already?
I had the product I launched with in the store.
Okay.
I finished selling all of those ones. I had to start making new products.
Wow.
So making new products, what I had was I had my younger ones during that time with me. So they will bring everything because I couldn't work. So they have to bring everything to the bed. You know,
You will now say,
you know,
do this to
okay,
this.
on this one, plug the machine, do this. So they were helping out. My younger ones, like I give it to them. They were with me all through the process till the end. You know, so
So
they
you
would
had a
help.
surgery.
Yeah, I had a surgery. After my first surgery, I was still limping. So I went back to my doctor and was
6
like,
points.
6
And you were
point-
limping.
6.2 something or thereabout.
And you were limping.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I
in
was
Nigeria,
like-
though?
Exactly. So I was feeling bad that after going through all of this pain, all of this process, why am I still limping? Why is one side still, you know?
Shorter.
So they now said that it was because I stayed home for too long, that I didn't do the surgery when I was ought to. So the bone had, you know, so now they have to break it again and put a plate. You know, because where I had the fracture, I lost some bone.
Oh,
so they
okay.
had to break it again, now put a plate
plates.
in between so that it can be the same length. So they gave me 2 options. It's either I do that or I have to be wearing customized shoes for the rest of my life. So I said I can't wear customized shoes. So it takes me to, you know, doing a second surgery. So it was another pain entirely. This time around, I had to go back to Abuja to do the surgery. It was
How many months after the first one?
barely from just about 2 months after. It wasn't long. It was about 2-3 months after, you know, because the man was like, the earlier the better. The more I keep waiting, the more. So it's either I just take that decision that I want to be wearing customized shoes, or I should just do the surgery. So I was like, okay, fine.
And this was a hit and run. The man had run away.
Yeah.
The person who was supposed to be responsible,
Yes.
you know, for caring for you,
I mean-
had run.
Yeah.
Did you ever report to the police?
I did not. Because I didn't even get myself. This just happened. It was in the evening, about past 7 p.m. They took me to the hospital. It was strangers that took me to the hospital. I didn't know them. You know, I was all alone in Kaduna. Kaduna was a place I just relocated to. I was barely 8 months in the town. So I was just trying to build my
Why
life.
Kaduna in the first place?
Because after school, life in Abuja was expensive. I couldn't afford it. So I wanted a smaller place where I can, you know, but like when I was looking for shops in Abuja, it was about 2 million, 2.5 million, while my shop in Kaduna was just 300,000. You know, the rent in Abuja then was about the self-contained, because I lived in a self-contained. It was about 400,000 naira to 300,000 naira. In Kaduna, I got a place of 100,000 naira. The following year, I got a place of 150. You know, so life was easier for me. So it was like a starting point for me.
Okay.
I knew that at some point I would want to go back to Abuja, but I needed a space where I can start up. So that was why I relocated to Kaduna.
And so let's fast forward to the first mega sale. So you did all of this, you focused on yourself, and you were still doing your business. What would you say is the biggest challenge you ever faced in this line of business? A lot of people may not know what IMANI is all about. IMANI is a beauty empire where they do all things skin.
Aesthetic, it's an aesthetic and laser clinic. We offer all forms of medical grade treatment, ranging from lasers to body treatment to Botox, fillers, chemical peels, anything that has to do with aesthetic and beauty.
Please, I want to go back a little bit to the Botox part.
Yeah, Botox is just an injectable treatment. It's part of an aesthetic treatment.
So this idea of people want to have Botox now, you are part of the people encouraging
No,
it.
it's not that one.
Okay.
That's like a liposuction you're talking about.
Okay.
Botox is an injectable treatment. Yeah, it can be used to enhance the hip dip if someone has like hip dip and all that. So you use also to relax the muscles. Like people that have wrinkles, they want to relax the muscles on their face. Then the fillers also to correct fine lines and all that. It's just an anti-aging treatment that makes you look years younger. Yeah.
How many have you done this year? How many have you done? How many have you done this year?
Don't worry.
Okay. So, yes, as we begin to round off the show this morning, my question again is, what would you say is the biggest challenge you faced?
Generally,
Yes.
I think the biggest challenge in the aesthetic industry is finance. It's actually a huge industry that if you really want to stand out of the crowd, it's going to take you investing a lot into good trainings, not just learning from, like good trainings. It takes a lot of investment, so it's been a challenge, but I think it's really not a challenge anymore because I have like over 36 certifications and counting.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've covered that. I think I've covered that a lot. So apart from that, because I see most people that are interested in the field, they really don't have money to, invest in good training. So that's why we have a lot of, people doing backyard stuffs around and all that. So apart from that, I think another challenge is importation.
Okay.
Especially during this period of dollar and all of that. Importation, being able to bring in medical device from outside the country. We find people outside the country, like when I went for my trainings, I met people there that said that, they don't have to buy their devices. They just use their credit card and they pay over the years. But right here in Nigeria, they will tell you, the companies will be like, we don't have a payment plan for Nigerians and all of that. So it's a bit of challenge that if you don't have cash on ground, you cannot buy anything. So you have to have the money ready for you to be able to buy anything.
Wow.
So with the dollar rate, it becomes like a huge challenge.
And yet you have to do this business.
Yes, you have to.
What about people coming into the business? Is it really expensive to go into?
Yeah, like I always say, you don't need to start. These days, the youth, they don't understand the process of following, one step at a time. Everybody wants to just have big money and all of that.
And start big.
Yeah, you just start big. You don't have to if you cannot afford it.
Okay.
You can start small. I started my business from my TV shelf with 2 face cream. There were times I used to sell face cream at 1,000 naira, a small, tiny container. From my TV stand, the orders became so much that I moved to my shoe rack, where I used to put my shoes and bag. From there I moved to the store. From the store to the clinic 1 year after, and now we have 2 branches. The headquarters is in Abuja. We just opened a Lagos branch, and now we also have a school also in the period of 5 years. This did not happen in one day. It took a lot of me starving my distraction, to feed my focus to be able to achieve that. So if you want to start, you can start with what you have. As long as you're consistent, you believe in yourself. The first thing I'll advise anybody is to invest in good trainings, because it is one thing to get a client, and it's another thing to keep that client. So what will keep that client?
Because we have too many people doing a semblance of, I don't want to say exactly what you're doing,
yes,
a semblance of what you're doing.
Even exactly what I'm doing. There are a lot of people doing it. But what keeps you going is the difference you make, right? So when they come in, what is the difference between you and others? So the service.
Do you have services for men? Because
everyone.
women are in the business of wanting to look good. Kayode,
even men.
Because I see that Kayode is just quiet. Kayode, because Imani is your friend.
Whoa.
Is it because Imani is your friend?
I think I knew a lot of her stories, so I really want you to ask more.
Really? And the way Kayode is, Kayode may want to just polish up a little bit.
Yeah, we have services for men. In fact, there are men that don't know that they don't need to suffer razor bumps. I see a lot of men that they suffer razor bump to the point that it becomes keloid,
Wow.
So we can help them. At laser treatment, and we have like a state-of-the-art laser devices that helps with treating razor bumps, ingrown hairs. You see most men, their face and their neck is darker than their entire body because of constant shaving. That constant shaving causes friction to the skin, and that way it results in darker skin around your face and then open pores. So instead of constantly shaving those areas, you can actually have a permanent laser hair removal. And then the battle with razor bumps, a laser takes that off.
Hair will not grow at all.
Yeah, it's a permanent reduction. Yeah.
But let's talk on the anniversary, which is on the 14th.
Yes.
That is next week, Monday.
Exactly.
And it's an avenue to appreciate God for how far He has brought the IMANI brand.
In 1 minute.
And also know that there's going to be a promo coming between
She's
today
going to do
and
giveaveaways.
Giveaways, of course.
Hope you're coming back to come and do
promo.
giveaways on the show anyway.
She's
Give me
coming
the
back to do
giveaways.
the
Let me give
giveaway
it to
next week.
to the viewers of this wonderful show.
All right,
Oh,
so
we should.
can you talk about the anniversary and also the promo?
The anniversary is just us saying we are giving half price for all our services, all our products. To just, that's like a 50% off. So everything we do, we are giving it at half price. So people should come in and and
take
just be
advantage of
happy
that.
and thank God for us, because I can't really tell what I can do, because I know people love our services. I know a lot of people that have been wanting to come in, that sometimes will say, oh, it's too expensive, oh, maybe can you reduce and all that. So I think this is the best time for them to come in and
take
enjoy.
advantage of
I'm
that.
sure they have the number, and some people might be watching right now who might want to be like, okay, how do
Maybe
we?
there's a way to book.
How do we book? How do we reach you? How do we get to your office?
Okay, our office in Abuja is number 513 ML Wushishi Crescent, Utako, Abuja. And then the one in Lekki Phase 1 is 49B Baba Tokpe Bejide Street off Olashibo. And our Instagram page is, of course, Imani Beauty Empire. We have Imani Beauty Empire Lagos, and we have normal Imani Beauty Empire.
Okay.
So they can reach us.
All right, thank you so much to Iniobong Etuk, the CEO of Imani Beauty Empire, for joining us on the Bumper Breakfast
Thank
this
you
morning.
for
You have
having
such
me.
an interesting story, and I must say that it's been a honor.
And I'm sure
hosting
Tomisi
you.
is going to be having
Stop it, we need to go.
one of our
Kayode.
services.
Kayode,
She should come
how do
around.
you close this morning?
Okay, I'm just going to say this Wednesday, don't let anyone steal your joy. Don't let anyone steal your happiness. It is yours. Keep it. I'm Kayode Adelaya.
And I'm Tomisi Adebukola. We'll see you again tomorrow morning on the Bumper Breakfast. Do have a lovely